So take you through the timeline from about, I say it's like 95, 96ish. My cousin had just got out of prison, you know what I'm saying? So he hit me with a whole bunch of Nation of Islam books. I gravitated to those off rip for some reason. It was Fall of America, Message to the Black Man, and he brought a Farrakhan tape, and some of his lessons from when he was in prison. So I was privy to shit that most dudes don't get if you ain't in the Nation of Islam, you know what I'm saying? So I'm reading all those joints. And this is also the year, let's say that winter, for some reason, Cuz took me to the Muslim Center on Davidson, Woodrow Wilson. I fell in love with it because I'm like, oh, I never really been around Muslims, you know what I'm saying? I never really even been around Nation Islam, so I didn't know the difference, you know what I'm saying? I thought if you was Muslim, you was Muslim. Go to the Eid, this is my first Eid. Met a brother named Rasul, rest in peace, Rasul. Love you, brother. Turned out that ended up being family, but Rasul, the one who gave me my name, Ahmed. You know what I mean? We ate good, of course, if you know anything about the Eid. Like, it's a feast, you know what I'm saying? You eat good. So anyway, go to the Eid. I got Nation Islam lessons, and then go to the Eid. I converted to Islam, Sunni Islam that day at the Eid. So, mind you, I got Nation Islam lessons, and I take my Shahada. Now let's fast forward to the summer of '97. By this time, I'm about like 17. You know what I'm saying? I was 15, 16 when I became Muslim. You know what I'm saying? I had just started high school when I got the Nation Islam shit. But I'm just giving y'all a timeline so you can see leading up to the growth. So, 97, I'm chilling on the porch with my man G. I see this sister walking up the street. I decide to holler at her. I'm like, what's up, queen? How you doing? You got a boyfriend? She like, I don't deal with boys, honey. Now, mind you, I'm 17. She's 18. Wasn't that older, but she trying to hit me with the maturity shit. So I'm like, oh, word. Walk her to her crib, asking for a number. All good, you know what I'm saying? So I call her later. Come to find out she had her own place. She living with her cousin. I'm like, bet. You know what I'm saying? Hit her up. She told me to come through. I come through there. You know what I'm saying? She trying to be intimate off rip. Me thinking I'm super deep. And I'm like, nah, sister, I don't want to do that. I want to get to know you here first. This is also the summer Wu-Tang dropped a double LP. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got to segue real quick because I forgot. After I became Sunni, I end up, I don't know how I ran into this girl, but I ran into a girl down at our old neighborhood. And I think she was just thick as hell. That's why I wanted to holler at her. She wasn't really like, all of that, whatever. And they was in a motorcycle club. So they always had a whole bunch of motherfuckers over there. But her dad was like, yo, he's from Brooklyn. I got to get into this story another time. But I'm just giving y'all this so y'all can understand how I got my lessons. So the dude like, yo, if you going to date my daughter, you got to take these lessons, you know what I'm saying? This is, I don't want nobody messing with my daughter. You got to have knowledge yourself. So when he started dropping a lesson, I'm like, yo, this is stuff Wu-Tang be talking about. He like, yeah, Wu-Tang, I grew up with them. Russell, Dennis. He calling all of them by their government names. So I'm believing him like, oh, damn, he grew up with Wu-Tang in the project. So anyway, fast forward. He just gave me the lessons. You know what I'm saying? He probably went over them with me one time, but he wasn't acting as no enlightener. He just like, boom. And I had to, manifest these lessons on my own or with my brothers. We keep each other sharp or whatever. So that was my introduction to the lessons. So back to the story. I'm chilling with the shorty and, trying to build with her. Wu-Tang come on the radio. Remember, Triumph was their first single. So I'm going crazy and they're like, oh, shit, Wu-Tang. She looking at me like, what the fuck is this? ODB, what y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? She like, what the fuck? So I'm grooving in that joint. Somehow we get into an argument because I ain't want to fuck her or whatever. I'm getting ready to leave out the door. And I say, you dumb, deaf, and blind, sister. You got to get it. For some reason, calling her that was worse than calling her a bitch. She went the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? So I say she dumb, deaf, and blind. She hit me with something. We end up squashing it. End up being intimate. And I knew she was going to get pregnant because my thing was like, yo, you my woman? Or if I'm, at the time I was all about seeds. Like, I need to put some seeds out here. I'm only 17. So she ended up getting pregnant, and in my mind, because I haven't been in school, I'm like, I gotta do something. I decided to go to Job Corps. You know what I'm saying? Job Corps in Jefferson. And if you know anything about that area, a law school used to be down the street from the Job Corps. And I met a couple of gods in there. Knowledge Born brother was in there, Eugene. Well, that's his government name, but he went by You God at the time. I remember meeting him. He like, peace, God. What's today's mathematics? You know what I'm saying? Hit him with the math. It was him and a whole bunch of Crip niggas. He was a Crip, but he was God body. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know how that worked. You know what I mean? But build with him on that, and everything was cool. I felt like, you know, I'm in there. I got the lessons. Dudes greeting me up and we building every day. So one day, I get the bright idea to go down to a law school. I think I had on a kufi that day too. I go down there. I don't know why I didn't greet the brother peace. I go in there and say, Assalamu alaikum. Master A.Z, if y'all know Master A.Z, you from the city, you know, Master A.Z didn't play. So he like, peace. I'm like, Assalamu alaikum. I wanted to know how can I be, no, he said, what can I do for you? I was like, I want to know how can I become a member or a student here at the school. He like, well, to be a member here, you got to have knowledge of self. And I was like, yeah, I got knowledge of self. I got the lessons. Who is your enlightener? I was like, Tamil. He was like, Tamil gave you the lessons and you saying Assalamu alaikum? So another brother come in, Master Kindu. You know what I'm saying? He like, peace. Peace. He like, this brother talking about he want to be a part of a law school saying Assalamu alaikum. The kufi on his head, we not Muslims. And I'm like, oh, I thought y'all was Muslims. No, we God. And if you was God, you would know we not Muslims. I'm like, oh, I thought y'all, I ain't even getting that word in. Brother chopping me up. Another brother come in behind me. Peace, peace. They peace, greeting him. Yeah, this young brother, he like, peace, brother. How you doing, brother? What, you want some incense or oils or something? I'm like, nah, I was trying. Yeah, brother, get the fuck out of here. Man, I'm looking like, he like, you heard me, brother? Get the fuck out of here. I got the fuck out of there. But I had this sense of like, damn, like they took, man, it felt like my heart was ripped out my chest. Like I ain't even get a chance to flex and show them how intelligent I am. Like I know the lessons too, but when I reflect back on that shit, cause I was hurt for a minute. I was like, man, fuck them niggas, man. I ain't going back to it was a war of the gods. Like, but you gotta respect power and you gotta respect the fact that if it ain't going on no nigga shit, it ain't gotta get on no nigga shit. Yeah, the brother cut said get the fuck out of here. But I should have did the knowledge to where I was coming to. And that's still no excuse on when you're trying to teach somebody. I wasn't a kid. I was 17. But still, you know, you could tell when somebody don't know and you want to educate them. But to their defense and to anybody's defense, you know, a lot of people come in the name of. They come into places and they don't really want to be a part of that. They just trying to see the ins and outs so they can be like, yeah, they do this, they do this. So a lot of people got to protect what it is, their shit. You know what I mean? Because you got spies, you got people who just want to debate and all of these things. They don't really want to learn nothing. So now that I'm older, I look at it like from that perspective. Like maybe the brother was just looking at like, who the fuck are you? What you mean, Assalamu alaikum? Nigga, this say a law school of Detroit, Mecca. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't got nothing to do with the religion. But mind you, I had got everything so fast and didn't really have an understanding of it that I didn't know how to use it. I thought everybody was one and the same. Like whenever I seen the name Allah, or whenever I seen a crescent and star or something, I assumed we all was the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ran into some Moorish brothers almost got jammed up because they was straight on some nigga shit, street shit, and I'm thinking they all righteous, you know, on some, you know what I mean? You know, sovereignty or whatever the fuck the brothers, I thought they was on at the time, but it wasn't that. Brothers trying to get me to carry a pack, so I shared that story just to say, yo, you gotta know what you want. And even though you on it, other people may not be on it like you, so you be prepared to be disappointed with certain things, but also you got to be able to stand on your own with this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Show yourself approved.